What's going on, guys? Desmond Stanley, Weicker Realtors, Princeton Junction, the capital city team. Can't believe it's been 1 year already in real estate. Just wanted to take a quick second and kind of recap, my experience over the past year. So first, how did I get into real estate? My mom had been recruiting me for some time. And, I was fighting it at first. Then she showed me a commission check. And eventually I moved from Cleveland here to New Jersey. So that's what got me here. The biggest lesson I learned in year one, it would have to be, which I already knew this, but consistency, right? In sales, as an entrepreneur, business owner, because essentially that's what you are as a realtor. You got to be consistent. You got to prospect. The business isn't going to just come to you, right? Especially as a new realtor. You got to put the work in. So my most memorable was my first buyer, which came from an open house. And I got that open house. It was my listing. I got that from a mailer. So one single mailer got me the listing. I hosted an open house there, got the buyer. She didn't buy that property, but I ended up helping her buy another property. So one piece of mail got me 2 transactions, right? So that was my most memorable because it showed me the value in mailers. Now I work mailers into my prospecting and work it into my process and trying to be consistent with that. What's one thing I wish I knew when I started? There's a lot that goes into a real estate transaction. You might think, hey, you get a realtor, you go look at some homes, you find one you like, you put the offer, boom. But even submitting an offer is just such a process, going house to house. Working with listings is such a it's a lot that goes into real estate. And that's one thing, I'm not going to say it would have changed my mind, but that's one thing I didn't really realize before starting real estate is it's a lot of work. How did I get my first client? Agent? Actually, no, my first client was actually another agent here in our office. He's actually my team lead. He owns a lot of properties. He had a piece of land that he let me list to get, some experience with commercial. So I approached him, hey, I know you have all these properties. Would you mind letting me list one? I want to get more experience in commercial. And we're actually going to be closing on that property, hopefully in the next week or so. So that's how I got my first deal started in the office, just to get some experience. That's how I learn best, is by doing, right? Honestly, the most rewarding part is, seeing the impact you can have in a community, right? It's so many different ways you can have impact, right? Not only by helping someone in the community buy or sell their property, but like we're hosting a first-time home buyer seminar this month. We're sponsoring a huge event in Trenton this month. So just having impact in a community, I think that's the most rewarding. And there's so many different opportunities and avenues that you can go. So what advice would you give to someone starting out in real estate? If you don't want to put the work in, don't get into real estate. It's going to be a lot of money to get started, not just like the classes, but all your MLS fees, your brokerage fees. There's a lot of fees associated with being a realtor. You got your E&O insurance. You have all of your organizations that you belong to, NAR, National Association of Realtors. So yeah, it's an expensive hobby if you're not taking it seriously, if you're not looking to get a paycheck. So that would be my advice. And then what's next for me in year 2? So super excited for my first full year in real estate. And I have big goals. Last year I did 8 units. I was around 6 or 8 million in sales volume. And of course, not all of that was me. I was co-listed and I am on a team. So I have those resources in my back pocket. But for this year, I'm going for 20 units. I'm looking to do big things. A lot of my transactions this past year were in Trenton, lower sales, lower transaction prices. So this year I'm looking to branch out into different communities. I just got licensed in PA, so that's going to add more opportunities. And I'm also looking to add my Ohio real estate license this month. So I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. That's where all of my network is. I'm expecting crazy growth, and I'll have 3 markets to pull from and work from. I'm looking to build on year 1, keep learning as much as I can, keep making connections here, make connections in PA, continue to grow in Ohio, grow my network, and yeah, looking to collaborate, do more events, sponsor more events, and get my name out there. So that's my year one recap in real estate. Don't hesitate to reach out. I do residential, I do commercial, I work with listings and buyers. So anything real estate related, I can help you out. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Desmond Stanley, Weicker Realtors, Princeton Junction, the Capital City team. I'll see you next time.